Alright guys, welcome back to the biggest agricultural platform in Namibia known as Nduna Wengombe, which means headman of cattle. My name of course Mr Simata, aka the headman of cattle. Today I got a very special interview. I got Mr. Metzger, the owner of Kamab Simbra and one of the faces behind Savannah Beef, who's going to be talking to us about the Savannah beef that's going to be coming in, a company that's going to do what Mitko does, but maybe probably do it better. So I'm going to hand it over to him to just introduce himself. Mr. Metzger, how are you, sir?
Thank you, Mitchell. I'm well. We have had reasonable rain, so we are farmers with a smile on our face.
It's always good to hear that.
Yes. We have to be positive about what we're doing. We have to be positive about the agricultural sector, and if things are going well, things will be going well for the country as a whole as well.
That's lovely to hear. That's lovely to hear. So, Mr. Metzger, just give us a brief history. Who are you? What have you been done? And what role would you play in this Savannah beef business?
Mitchell, I will keep it short for the very simple reason that the longer I talk, the bigger the chances that people forget what I've actually said. It was about 3 years ago, on a meeting discussing the beef sector of Namibia. A group of people were elected by the people that were present at that meeting. It was a meeting in Ochibalongo, and a group of people were elected to a committee. We today call that the Beef Value Chain Forum, or the Beef Value Chain Forum Task Team. And we have investigated the beef sector on the possibility of a abattoir that is owned by the farmers themselves. The whole idea came because farmers felt that they don't get their fair share in the beef price that is obtained in the international markets. And so we did the investigation, we did the feasibility study, and the results were, yes, it is feasible to build an own abattoir, an abattoir that's all inclusive and based on a voluntary participation. So Savannah Beef was created, it was established with everything that needs to go. It's a legal entity, it's a limited company, and it has its own articles of association. So the company was established, and ever since then the Beef Value Chain Forum has driven this project to get it off the ground. We had 2 private placements, and altogether there are over 600 farmers that are participating, and we collected about 174 million Namibian dollars. Our objective is to obtain 200 million Namibian dollars, which we require to build the abattoir, and we were actually quite surprised by the participation of the farmers. These 174 million is just coming from the Namibian farmers. And originally we thought if we can get to 100,000, which would give them majority shareholding into the farmers, we would have succeeded. Now we got far beyond that point, so which basically means this abattoir will be in the hands of the farmers. The farmers will be the ones that take decisions. They are the ones, or their representatives on the board will be the ones responsible for business decisions. So control is back to the farmer, and that's what we want.
Okay.
And I think that's the basic principle of Savannah Beef. It's an all-inclusive, voluntary company that was established by farmers for farmers.
Okay. That's nice. It seems like an interesting business. But let me get into the questions. Some of the viewers of my channel came through and asked questions. They said I must ask you this question, so please bear with me. One gentleman asked, can we invest in Savannah Beef? What will be the procedures if a farmer wants to become an investor into the company?
Well, the investment phase for the time being has been concluded. We had 2 private placements, and that was the window during which farmers could have invested. We are now looking for a an equity investor to fill up the difference between the 174 million and the 200 million that we are seeking. But the shares are tradable. And as Savannah starts up, there will obviously be possibilities and opportunities to buy shares from other investors. We are at this point in time not quite sure whether some of the other shares will still come on the market, because we have to conclude this process because we want to start building in May. So at the moment, right now, there is no opportunity anymore to buy more shares. But in the future, shares will become available because they are tradable.
Okay. So then, another question that came from one of my viewers of this channel, he asked, how does Savannah Beef, but he said meat industry, intend to assist us farmers of the north of the red line so that we also get a fair share of the agricultural meat cake? So, I hope, do you get that question, Mr. Metzger?
Mitchell, yeah, the line is not all that clear. I don't know whether I understood you correctly. I'll just repeat your question and then I'll go from there.
Okay.
You asked if the Savannah Beef is that also for the producers north of the red line, or
yes.
What was the question exactly?
Yes.
If you can just repeat it.
Okay, he asked, how does Savannah Beef intend to assist us farmers of the north of the red line so we also get the fair share of the meat cake?
Well, unfortunately, there are different veterinary statuses between the area north of the cordon fence and the area south of the cordon fence. And because of the veterinary status of the south, or south of the veterinary cordon fence, which creates the possibility or opens the possibility for us to export. And Savannah Beef is concentrating only on the export market. Without a compromise, we are basically only catering for the farmers south of the veterinary cordon fence, and the reason being is the veterinary status.
Okay. Then one gentleman asked here, from his view, is that Savannah Beef is here to sabotage Meatco. What is your opinion on that? And what do they offer outside the Meatco scope?
Well, we are not competing with Meatco. I think there's room enough for Meatco and Savannah, and we've always stated our objective is we want to slaughter 50,000 cattle a year, and these 50,000 cattle should come from those cattle that are currently leaving the country as weaner calves. So we are targeting 50,000 weaners that would have otherwise left the country. We want to add value. We want to keep these cattle in the country, which is in line with our value addition and our home growth at home strategy of the government. So I think there's no competition with Meatco at this stage. Meatco has its clients, and I feel, or we feel, that the market is big enough to let all of them live. And our objective is to draw on the cattle that are leaving the country as weaner calves anyhow.
Okay. And then there was a very interesting tongue-in-cheek question one person asked. He said, it appears, at least from the distance, that this outfit is mainly for white farmers. How can others benefit or be part of it? That's what he says. It seems it's just to present the white farmer and not the rest of us. But how can other people become part of it?
Mitchell, this is a question that gets asked quite often. We were right from the outset. We were an all-inclusive voluntary organization, and now I'm referring to the Beef Value Chain Forum. There were never any restrictions for anybody to participate, and it is incorrect if people state that it's just for white farmers. We have a lot of non-white farmers that are members as well. So it is open to anybody and everybody. There are no restrictions, and we have stated this over and over again. It's an all-inclusive organization on a voluntary basis. So anybody that wants to can participate.
Okay. No, I get that point, Mr. Metzger. One gentleman asked that Mr. Metzger has been part of Meatco for years. So isn't this just an ex? He wants to grind with Meatco? Maybe they had a fallout internally there. So what? That's a tongue-in-cheek question. So what do you have to say on that?
Well, I am still a Meco client. I still slaughter with Meco, and I am concerned about the future of Meco, and there are certain things that I have questioned all along, and this is why I felt that the basic principle of Savannah Beef, where the farmers are the owners and thus also in control of the company, is just for me a better business system or a better business structure, and therefore I'm involved with Savannah Beef. But I'm still a Meco client. I don't have any issues with Meco, other than that we get paid late, or that, last year we had the issues where we didn't get the money in time, and that I'm honestly worried about the future of Meco. But other than that, I've got no issues with Meco.
Okay, no, true. We're all worried actually, Mr. Metzger, on that on the Meco situation. We hope it will be fixed soon. But then one person asked, how will Savannah Beef ensure that the playing field is leveled in terms of livestock marketing and prices for all farmers in Namibia? So I think he's also including the northern farmers in his question.
Well, I've addressed the northern farmers, if you refer to them as the people north of the veterinary cordon fence. Yes, I've addressed that question. And then for all the other farmers, we have a quota associated with the shareholding. So for every 4,000 shares that anybody bought, he would get an annual one animal slaughter quota. So the slaughter quota is based on your shareholding. So it is the people that are shareholders will obviously have preferential treatment in terms of slaughtering.
Yeah, I hear you. So then, Mr. Metzger, where will this beautiful abattoir stand? Because I'd love to see it. Will it be in Witfley or it will be in other part of Namibia?
Well, yeah, I think a lot of people will be driving that road from Windhoek to Okahanya. And if you drive from Windhoek to Okahanya, there will be a sign at one stage, a right turn off that says Troitus Schlup, and the other one says Troitus Bach. It is the second one. It's Troitus Bach is the turn off. And if you look to the right or to the east, you'll see a big area that has been debushed exactly there. So it is, I don't know what it is, it's 60 kilometers north of Windhoek and 20 kilometers south of Okahanya, and on the eastern side of the highway.
Nice. So, Mr. Metzger, one question that came through from one of my viewers, he asked, if, let's say, a private company sets up its own private business in, let's say, the northern part, let's say the northeast, which is the Zambezi, will Savannah Beef be looking to collaborate with such a company, or it's not in your current business module?
It is not part of our business model at the moment. We are concentrating solely on obtaining and slaughtering 50,000 head of cattle south of the red line. I mentioned that already. That is due to veterinary status of the area that allows us to export, and that will be our core business. It will be the slaughtering of 50,000 cattle and marketing them. I don't know into which other endeavors we will develop, but obviously we are open to any opportunities that might arise. Okay.
I'm finding it quite interesting though, the fact that you guys want to build it, let's say, of Okahanja. Would you not be stepping on the toes of the other one? What's its name? Beefco? Isn't Okahanja its playing ground?
I'm sure, sorry, I didn't get that question. What was it again? Can you just repeat that?
Okay, now I'm saying the fact that you guys are building it 60 km from Windhoek, almost 20 km from Okahanja, isn't that you guys now stepping in the Beefco jurisdiction? Or are you guys going to wrestle it out?
Mr. Sorry, again, I didn't understand that. Just repeat that question. Sorry, the line is very unclear.
Okay, sorry. Okay, not a problem. I'm saying the fact that you guys are taking it to Okahanja, isn't that Beefco area? I thought you guys were going to take it to somewhere in the Hobabus area. Or is it just Okahanja is a better place?
Yeah. Okay, now I get the question. We did an analysis, and we basically determined a point of gravity. The point of gravity is a little bit northeast of where we are. But then, if you develop an abattoir like that, and it needs certain top management, it needs a certain middle management, and it's got all the people that work in the factory or in the processing plant. They need to live. So we needed to look at one of the centers where people can live, where we can draw people from. And obviously the access roads are also important. And we will be drawing animals from the entire country, and then we are planning to export them to the harbor of Walfish Bay. So, it's very important that you have a closed road system and that you have a relative central point. And this is just basic research that was conducted, and our area of gravity, or the point of gravity, was actually northeast of Okahania. But then water plays a role, electricity plays a role, and then obviously your human resources play a role, and we just found that it's the best option if we can be somewhere between Windhoek and Okahania.
Yeah, no, very true, very true. Well, Mr. Metzger, when are we going to see this beautiful factory step up? I'd love to be at the ground breaking ceremony. Hope you guys will actually invite me. I'd love to see all these things play out. And hey, like you said, more players in the meat industry, maybe farmers can get good prices and be happy and sleep with a smile on their faces.
Yes, we want smiles on the faces of farmers. And I'll show you something. I was in Zambia last year, and in Zambia there's I don't know, I've seen it once, I've seen it twice or three times. There's a huge billboard. It's a green billboard, and it has white writing on it and nothing else. And it says, no farmer, no future, no farmer, no food, no future. And that is what it's about. We have to empower the local farmers, the Namibian farmers, and we have to make sure that we get enough money back into the agricultural sector so that we can develop it properly, and that everybody can share in the wealth that is created through the agricultural sector. We may not forget that a lot of people are involved in the agricultural sector, and that it's a key role player in the entire picture of our economy.
Yeah. No, thank you very much for taking time, Mr. Metzger. What position do you hold again at Beefco? You didn't mention your position. Are you president, vice president? What position are you holding?
I am in Beef Value Chain. I'm a Vice Chairperson and responsible for marketing, and at Savannah Beef, I'm the Vice Chairperson as well. Mr. Mickey Schneider is the Chairperson of Savannah and the Beef Value Chain as well, and then we have quite a few other people that support us in terms of engineering and also in finance, etc., etc. And one of the questions I did not answer just now, sorry, I'm only now remembering, is when do we plan to be where? The documents are all out. Last week we had a site visit. We've invited 3 design companies to design, construct, and start operating. And they were here last week, and we had a site visit, and we had a meeting with them, and we are expecting the documents, the tender documents, to be returned by the end of March. In April, the Beef Value Chain Forum with their consultants will analyze the documents, take a decision, and hopefully in May we can start building. And we were informed by 1 or 2 of the designers that they are able to do it in 18 months. So we are looking at November, December 2024 to come into production.
Yeah, no, it's quite good, Mr. Metzger. I don't know why your surname keeps on twisting my tongue, because I've always interviewed Bicolai, because probably I just call it Bicolai. But it's always good to hear this. It's good to see more industries being built. I myself would love to one day build a Savannah Beef my own, and maybe one can learn from your how you guys started and how you guys are going about it, and one day one can implement something like that. But it's always good having you here, Mr. Metzger. Thank you again for making time for me and my little YouTube channel here. Hopefully when groundbreak happens and construction happen, I'll become a friend and I'll be visiting the site to see how far you guys are going. And, well, I hope I'll be invited to a lot of the corporate events.
Well, thank you, Mitchell. Yeah, you can call me Diethelm. It makes life much easier.
Yeah.
We've dealt before, you know us from our start, Kamab Simbra.
Yeah.
And well, thank you very much. It was a pleasure talking to you. And if you need to, or if you have a need to talk to somebody again, you're most welcome.
All right, Mr. Metzger. Thank you very much. Have yourself a good day, And I hope it continues raining on the farm. We'd love to see some nice Simbras this year again.
Thank you very much.
All right, then have a good day. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Guys, that was Mr. Metzger, VP of Savannah Beef. He heads that department. That's what he's going to be doing at Savannah Beef. I asked the questions you guys sent through. Maybe next time, if you guys have more questions, send them through and we'll get him back on the line and we'll interview him. As he's saying currently, right now, it's not in their business model to actually open up a factory up north of the country. So, North communal land farmers that side, you're not going to be getting any love from Savannah Beef. I'm sorry, guys. We heard it from him and what their target market is. They're targeting to export meat outside. So if you want to be exporting meat outside, you have to get it from an area where meat is allowed to be exported outside. So with me saying that, guys, I just want to say thank you very much for watching and listening. I want to remind you to, of course, hit that like button, hit that subscription button, turn on the bell notification to be notified of future uploads and future interviews that I'll be doing such as this. And, you know, one side, as a farmer, I would have loved them also to open up a factory up north in the country, but he said it's not going to happen. But also one side, it's just a farmer overall and also an entrepreneur and a capitalist. I like to see stuff like this. I like to see more abattoirs coming in to be bigger players and, you know, giving farmers, particularly if it's southern farmers, whatever side of the region you're farming, more of a market opportunity. Because, like he said, their biggest concern was the winners leaving the country to go to South Africa. I believe Mr. Mickey Schneider did talk about it, saying that it's like the situation where we are importing electricity. We're sending everything to South Africa and we're importing the meat back. So they want to stop that. Maybe they might. I should have asked them if they're going to set up a feedlot, but hey, that'll be a question for next time, or the farmers themselves will do it. I should have, I missed that. But with that said, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say bye for now. Have yourself a good day.